Thank you for joining me. This is the Spiritual Princess, and today I had a request to do a video on how to get out of a very negative life cycle. You know, sometimes we get in these cycles and it's like you're just in a rut, like you don't know how to get out. So I decided to sit down with my guides and angels to ask them that question. So that's what this video is going to be about. If you're interested, it's going to start right now. So the first thing my guides said, they said it's really hard to stay positive when you feel like everything is falling apart. That's one of the most difficult lessons there is on earth. Because once we're in that cycle of a negativity, like day after day after day, it just keeps building until we're able to pull ourselves out of it. And sometimes that could be, in a marriage or a job or even family situations. My guide said if you're in a miserable marriage, all you can do is be honest and do what you can to get help or fix what's wrong with that marriage. Sometimes you can get the help to get through the tough times, but if not, it's okay to walk away, knowing that you did everything you could to make it work. And the same goes with at work. Sometimes the best thing is to walk away if you feel like you're being taken advantage of, you're being used or abused by bosses or even coworkers. If you stay in these miserable relationships for too long, it changes you. It changes your energy. It could even, affect your mental health. Because it's like the old saying, if you can't beat them, join them. And that's not how you want to move forward, trust me. Why would you want to become the same bitter, rude people that they are, making your life miserable? All that's going to happen is you're going to turn around and make somebody else's life miserable. So my guide said it's best to find people who will respect you and treat you well. Your lesson and their lesson is to basically walk away. If you can't work through it, walk away. Walk away for your sanity, your self-respect, and your overall happiness. I know it's easier said than done. Being strong enough to endure these tough times, it becomes really important for your growth. Instead of dwelling in the negative circumstances, my guides say it's best to think of how things could get better, how things could change, and how you could make them better for yourself. That's the first step. Second step is making a plan on how to move on or move away from the people or person causing the misery. See yourself in a better place and how you want to be treated. My guides say, all of us deserve to be happy. You don't come here to be miserable day after day. And most people live like that. And the harder things are for them, the worse their attitudes are getting and becoming with other people. It's a really bad cycle to be stuck in. So once you have made a plan, it's time to act on that plan. Sometimes the plan will take a year, but keep focusing on a better life. The more you focus on it, the quicker you call it into reality. It's much like how manifesting works, and I've done other videos on that. But visualize your life in that positive way, because that's what gets the energy moving. And again, sometimes this happens very fast, while other times it takes, 2 years. Sometimes it can take 10 years, but never give up. Just remind yourself that it takes time to align whatever it is you desire for yourself. Ask the universe and the angels, whatever you worship. Ask God, Allah, whatever it is, source, ask them to help you get you out of this negative cycle because you're not sure how to do it yourself. And they will do what they can to assist you. But remember, it's not usually the way you thought it would happen. It's usually something that takes you by surprise. It's happened to me that way many times. That can mean getting let go from a job, or maybe the person you're with that makes you miserable, maybe they file for divorce before you do. Either way, it gets things moving for you, especially if you're taking too long because you're trying to decide how things are going to get better and how it's going to work. If you're asking a higher source for help, sometimes that's what they will do. They will put it in the other person's thoughts in order to set you free. And it can be shocking and upsetting, but after the dust settles, you realize it was for your highest and best good. And again, it's all part of learning and growing spiritually. It's never a form of punishment. My guides say that's a man-made belief, not a higher source's belief. They said we punish ourselves by lingering in a miserable circumstance. And if you can't get out of it, that's when unspeakable things happen. When people decide that it's too hard and they cut their life short. But all that does is force you to experience it all over again in a different life. That's what my guides say. Cutting your life short is never the answer. It prolongs your suffering. So the best thing you can do is work through the difficult times and try to see a better life for yourself. If you allow the world around you to affect your life, and it's usually negative, and it's tough to get away from that, you've got to surround yourself with others that align with maybe your way of thinking, or, people who will respect you and treat you better. And again, I know it takes time, and don't be too hard on yourself if it's taking time. But the best thing I have found is to find ways to protect energy when you have to be around people who are making you miserable, at least until you can get away for good. I will give you a little quick saying that can help protect your energy from that. So my guides say, others' energy is not allowed to affect mine. My energy is sealed in white light, reflecting negative energy away from me all day and all night. And then you can visualize a blanket of light around you whenever you are around the people that bring you down, and that helps protect your energy from them. You won't absorb their nastiness. And the more you do this, the less these negative people will want to be around you, especially if you imagine every negative word bouncing right off of you and reattaching to them because it's their own nasty negative energy. Just imagine it bouncing off you and going back to them. Those people will feel uncomfortable around you, and they won't know why. And it's because you took your power back. So try these steps, and I can guarantee your life will start turning around for the better. I hope that helps, and have a great day or night. Love and light.